Bonjour, encore une nouvelle édition du billet d'humeur de Stéphanie présent. Nous avons ce soir mon ami Richard Miller Marcello, grand collectionneur d'art et surtout l'animateur vedette de Treasure King, l'émission vedette aux États-Unis où il vend et il achète des œuvres d'art, mais surtout à des célébrités et têtes couronnées. Ce soir, il nous fait l'honneur d'être ici avec nous. Merci beaucoup Richard. Hello, bienvenue en France. Bonjour, donc vous êtes acheteur, so you are a buyer and collectionneur of treasure belongs to crown head and to celebrities, right?
Yes, yes. I'm known in America as a treasure king. I'm known all over the world as a treasure king, and you know, I collect beautiful things from around the world. Okay. You know, hard to find treasures, irreplaceable artifacts. I have anything from big things out of palaces like Versailles or castles out of Germany, or I have movie memorabilia out of Hollywood, some of the greatest movie memorabilia in Hollywood. Yeah. Or I have Whitney Houston's piano.
En fait, monsieur, il est collectionneur et amateur d'art. Et sa spécialité, c'est les célébrités têtes couronnées. Donc il est propriétaire du piano de Whitney Houston et de plein d'autres objets tels que les lunettes de Madonna, de beaucoup d'objets complètement insolites. Et entre autres, il est aussi propriétaire du lit de Louis-Philippe, ce qui est une pièce assez extraordinaire. Vous êtes aussi acteur, comédien, producteur, réalisateur. Animateur d'un TV show, mais et musicien. Vous jouez de tous les instruments, monsieur Marcello, c'est extraordinaire.
Yes, that's how I started out. I started out as a musician at a very young age. I started playing violin when I was 6 years old, and I became a very good guitar player by the time I was 10, 11 years old.
Alors, il a commencé à jouer du violon à 6 ans, il est guitariste, très bon guitariste, il piano et plein d'autres instruments aussi.
And this is how I started. I started out as a musician. But when I was very, very young, my grandfather taught me how to carve wood, paint, you know, mold clay. So I was introduced to the arts at a very, very young age. Because my grandfather and my father's side of the family is from Rome, Italy. My mother's side of the family is from Berlin, Germany. So it gave me the eye for excellence. And I can tell what is magnificent and what is precise in quality and what's real and what's not real. I have this in my, you know, in my spirit, in my soul.
Donc Richie ou Richard, il a été éduqué par son grand-père et son papa qui sont des artistes. Il a ça dans le cœur, dans le corps, il a ça dans l'âme. L'art, c'est sa passion, c'est sa vie depuis qu'il est petit et ça continue encore et encore. Voilà. Okay. So let's talk about your Treasure King show. What it's you want to do it in France?
My first show was about movie memorabilia, but what I've done all my life is collect treasures from all around the world, and I've been since I have a European background, and my mother being from Berlin and my father being from Rome. I've been collecting these treasures from around the world for a very long time. So I've acquired how could you say, in America, I'm very different. I'm very different. Over here in Europe, I'm not so different. Yeah. Or I'm very different in both places. But I've been very blessed my whole life to be at the right place at the right time.
Alors, monsieur Marcello a eu la chance d'être au bon endroit au bon moment à chaque fois dans sa vie. C'est qu'un homme chanceux, on peut dire. Il a une collection impressionnante d'objets. Il a même 20 000 mètres carrés de superficie dans son musée personnel à Los Angeles, à côté d'Hollywood. So let's talk about your factory, your Hollywood factory.
Oh, the Dream Factory?
The Dream Factory.
Well, you know, I've always been into cameras and the lens, and you know, I've been in front of the camera almost all my life, and I've been behind the camera too as well. But what I'm doing right now is I'm doing 4 films. I got the North Wind.
Ok, donc monsieur il a toujours été dans le monde du cinéma depuis sa plus tendre enfance, c'est sa passion première. Et là, il est en train de produire 4 films. Donc.
and this is a passion of mine. You know, I've hunted all the treasures, and my new show's coming out, Treasure King Travels, and that's why I'm over here in Europe, because I love France so much, and I love the European countries. But France is one of my favorite places. And what I want to do is I want to get a large chateau, and I want to film some of my movies there. I want to film them with the beautiful French countryside and have something that is spectacular, magnifique.
Donc Richard est fortement amoureux de la France, lui aussi, c'est pas le seul on va dire. Et en fait il voudrait prendre la France comme pied à terre pour faire ses productions. Mm-hmm. Et voilà, donc ces productions vont être en France, vont être certainement faites en France. C'est un grand honneur pour la France d'ailleurs que ça soit fait en France. Merci beaucoup de nous accorder ce privilège-là, parce que moi je pensais que les États-Unis c'était... Everybody thinks that the States is the place for movie, but now you said that France it's even better than the States.
Oh yeah, France is wide open. I mean, you know, France has so many beautiful things in it. And there's a lot of, believe it or not, there's a lot of undiscovered treasures in France.
Alors, Monsieur Marcello continue de dire qu'il reste des trésors encore pas découverts en France. Je vais vite aller gratter, moi, chercher. Where are the treasure and uncut treasure? Tell me.
Where in France?
Yeah, because I want to find one.
Well, like for instance, just a little while ago, a man brings me a magnificent painting.
Yeah, which one was it?
Well, it's a Lautrec painting. It's a
Toulouse-Lautrec, yes. Monsieur Marcello est là depuis 10 jours et déjà des gens viennent lui apporter des Toulouse-Lautrec pour le vendre, des peintures de la Renaissance, des trucs extraordinaires que même nous en français on n'a pas. Donc voyez-vous le résultat. So now let's talk about Treasure King France. What is your plan for doing Treasure King in France or in Europe, I mean?
Well, you know, like I said before, you know, you have Germany, you have Italy, you have London, but there's something about France. There's so many artists, great artists in France that have started here. Like you have Monet, you have Renoir, you know, even Picasso lived in France. You know, if you go to Marseille, you can see all over town. It's kind of like Basquiat. It's pop art. You know, a lot of art started right here in France. And this is why I love France so much, because I see this.
Alors, Monsieur Marcello continue de dire que la France est un pays rempli d'art, et surtout les plus grands artistes pour lui viennent de France, en tout cas, notamment de la France, et on peut être fier de notre pays en fait. Voilà.
So, vive la France! I love it.
And I hear that you want to make a tribute to Johnny Hallyday. So what's going on with this tribute?
Oh yes. You know, when I walk around France, and I usually wear my hat. This is what I wear.
Quand il marche en France, il a très souvent son chapeau.
People notice me as a treasure king, but when I take my hat off, everybody's Johnny.
En fait, quand il marche avec son chapeau, tout le monde le connaît en tant que treasure king et c'est le treasure king. Mais quand il enlève son chapeau, en France, et je l'ai vu de mes yeux moi-même, tout le monde le prend pour Johnny Hallyday. Donc les enfants, Johnny, un autographe. Donc.
Yeah, everybody wants to take a picture all the time, but Johnny Hallyday, I feel like, is in my spirit, because when I watch him and I see him, I feel like that I want to keep his legend alive, and I play guitar like Johnny Hallyday, and I kind of look like him. He has the same style that I do.
En fait, il a à peu près le même style que Johnny Hallyday, donc il peut très bien se prendre au jeu d'être Johnny Hallyday. Et en fait, il aimerait faire un hommage à Johnny en écrivant une chanson pour lui et puis en faisant peut-être un spectacle à l'hommage de Johnny. C'est bien ça? You want maybe to make a show like you are Johnny or no?
Well, what I would like to do is I would like to keep his legend alive.
En fait, ce qu'il veut faire, c'est garder la mémoire de Johnny Hallyday vivante en France, mais aussi aux États-Unis où Johnny est très très peu connu. Donc c'est un bel hommage, très bel hommage que vous faites à Johnny. Bon, merci beaucoup. La France, vous parliez de château. You were speaking about a castle. So you want to buy, you want to rent?
Well, there's some beautiful chateaux here in France. I mean, some of the most spectacular architecture and the countryside is just magnificent. It's perfect for filmmaking. you know, good quality filmmaking when you have a beautiful backdrop and you have beautiful scenery, and the particular chateau that I found is really magnificent. And I want to bring over my cameras and I want to actually film something that is magnificent.
En fait, monsieur, il a un matériel de caméra assez important et de musique assez important. Il voudrait s'installer en France dans ce château pour pouvoir faire justement du post-casting, louer le château pour des événements ou même tourner ses propres films dedans. Voilà. And what about, so when are you planning to come to France to live in this castle?
Well, you know, I have the Universal Dream Factory back in Los Angeles, where I have all my cameras and everything, and it's right there at the entrance of Universal Studios, right there in Hollywood.
Very good.
But what I want to do is bring my cameras over here, and I want to set up inside of a big castle, chateau, and I want to start filming.
En fait, but why in France? That's the question.
France is London's very busy. Italians, Italy
mafia,
is
maybe
not.
the mafia. Maybe you are afraid a little bit of the mafia. They may ask you money for everything. No, I'm kidding.
I'm
you
not
know.
afraid of the mafia.
I'm kidding.
You know, my last name is Marcello.
Yeah, Marcello.
Okay?
It's
I mean,
more mafia than.
I'm not afraid of the mafia.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I'm kidding. I was kidding.
I know. But France, it's, you know, when you go out into the country of France, when you go to the south of France, the weather is beautiful and it's really great. I just feel as though that it's the right place. And there's a lot of very nice people, and the people are calm, and they're, you know, they have class and honor and respect here in France, and this is why I love France so much.
You think that the French people are more respectful than American people?
You know, there's a little bit of respect sometimes missing in America. I mean, look at the tomb of Napoleon. The people really believe in their leaders, and they really respect and they honor their leaders. I mean, just the tomb of Napoleon is just magnificent.
En fait, Monsieur Marcello trouve que la France est beaucoup plus respectueuse. Les Français sont beaucoup plus respectueux que les autres d'ailleurs. Notamment quand il a été visiter le tombeau de Napoléon, il a été très très stupéfait de voir le respect que les Français ils ont devant ce tombeau de notre très cher Napoléon.
Yeah, and you got Versailles, you have the
Louvre, Versailles, le Louvre.
You know, you have all these magnificent pieces in France, the history. You know, the French, the craftsmanship.
And I hear that you have also pieces coming from Versailles, right?
Yeah, I have pieces, you know, Barbadian.
En fait, j'ai entendu que Monsieur Marcello avait des pièces qui viennent de Versailles, donc je voudrais en savoir un peu plus.
You know, the era that French had with King Louis and some of the pieces, you know, Francois Linky and all, I mean, it's so magnificent. I mean, the craftsmanship in France is so precise, and it's petite. You know, it has, you know, very, very intricate cuts, and, you know, the way they made their pieces was just magnificent.
Okay. Donc en fait, il dit que les Français ont une technique, un savoir-faire qui est unique, et voilà, c'est pour ça qu'il veut venir en France entre autres.
I have a museum and I have a very large collection of Tiffany, of the American.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, American Golden Gilded Age of America, which basically came from France. When the United States was being built, the French came over, the Germans came over, the Italians came over, but the French designed Washington, D.C. That's our nation's capital, all these beautiful buildings. And the French also introduced to America magnificent quality. And it really is a piece of Americans. France is a real great piece of American history. And I just want to bring it alive a little bit more so I can have the American audience see how really magnificent France really is.
So why don't you build Versailles in the States? Why not?
Versailles will never be any place. Only the French already did it. There'll never be another Versailles ever.
Okay. I saw that you are also a very great painter.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to finish it on this one because I'm very crazy about paintings, you know that? That's my favorite part of my heart.
Really. Well, you know,
I want to know if you one day we will be able to see an exhibition of you with all your paintings.
Well, you know, I'm very, very busy, and painting you have to take time on. I painted a lot in my life. My father was an incredible painter, and he used to say that we were descendants of Michelangelo. but it comes natural, and I love painting. But years to come down the road, when I'm not so busy with my television show and everything else, I will become a painter and start making paintings.
So when we're gonna be retired, okay?
Yeah.
Ok. Donc, Monsieur Marcello est un grand peintre. Je vous montrerai peut-être un jour ses toiles. Et en fait, il va prendre, quand il prendra sa retraite, c'est à ce moment-là qu'il se mettra à la peinture et à faire des expositions. What is your best treasure?
Oh, actually, a man's greatest treasure is his family and his friends and the memories that he leaves behind. That's basically bottom line, because treasures are just material things and they just last for a little while. But a man's true treasure is his children, his family, his friends, and the memories that he leaves behind here in life.
La plus belle chose, le plus beau trésor d'un homme, c'est d'avoir sa famille, ses amis, et c'est la vraie richesse de tout humain. En attendant, je vous remercie beaucoup de nous avoir suivis encore pour ce billet d'humeur de Stéphanie. Et je vous remercie beaucoup du fond du cœur, Monsieur Marcello, d'être venu sur mon plateau et d'être venu. Merci beaucoup. And hope to see you very soon in France and to be able to follow you. And you know what? I am the one who's going to write the life of Mr. Marcello. I wish. God bless me.
Thank you very much. Vive la France.